I'm sure some of you do. What, if we have distribution in a problem, what operation are we going to be doing? Are we going to be doing adding, subtracting, multiplying, dividing? Distribution means we're doing what? So like something, say if we have something like this. What does that mean we do with that 3?
Distribute 3 across.
But when we distribute, what are we doing? Are we adding or multiplying or multiplying? So we're going to be taking this number out in front and multiplying it into the parenthesis. So we're multiplying that 3 to each term. So this x here is really a 1x, right? It's that understood 1 sitting there in front. So we're going to distribute that 3. So 3 times 1 is just 3. The x doesn't have anything to multiply it with. There's not another x. So we're just tagging it along. And then 3 times 4 is what? 12, positive 12, right? We're going to check for like terms, meaning is there anything we can add together? Is there here? Are there like terms? There are not. So like terms are terms with the same variable and the same exponent. So in that problem we have an x, we don't have any other terms with an x, and we have a number. We don't have any others with just the number without the variable. So how about can you guys see that color okay back there? Or is it kind of, everybody in the back, is it okay? And on the sides, can you see it? Okay? Okay. Because I know sometimes it's harder to see. Okay, so go ahead and do those. Distribute those, that 4 into the parenthesis, and distribute that 6 into the parenthesis. Some little multiplication charts because I started giving you guys calculators like last week, but we kind of made a little decision as a algebra team that we're not going to do calculators for a while. I know. So I have some little multiplication charts that you can use if you need them. Okay, so let's see. I need some help doing this. How about Uri? My first step is going to be to multiply 4 times 2x. So what did we get there? 8x, right? Okay, then Ashley, we're going to multiply the 4 times the negative 6, and what do we get? Negative 24. And Ryan, are there any like terms here to combine? Or are we done? We are done. No like terms there. And then Serenity. So I'm going to multiply negative 5 times 3x. What do I get there? Negative 15x. Don't forget to say the variable too. Maybe I didn't hear it. And then Kenneth M. I'm going to multiply negative 5 times positive 4, and what do I get there? What was it? 20. And is it going to be negative or positive? It is negative. So whenever we're multiplying with opposite signs, like a negative and a positive, then our answer is always negative. It doesn't matter which one's bigger, which one's smaller, which one comes first, which one comes second. Okay. So you might just put up at the top of this paper, positive times a negative always is a negative. Okay, just so that you have that to remember if you need to. Plus you have those rules in your notes too, but that way it's on this piece of paper. Okay, so let's kind of take this a step up now. And what if I do 3x times 4x plus 12. So does anybody look at this problem? Do you see, why did I say let's take it a step up? Because what? Yeah, because we're going to multiply a 3x times an x. We haven't seen that yet. Not in here. But so whenever you have x times x, what does that become? X squared. Okay. If we had an x plus x, then it becomes 2x. Okay. So when you're multiplying is when you get your exponents. So here, if we're distributing, we're going to multiply 3 times 4, which is 12, and x times x is x squared. Then multiply your 3 times your 12. So what do we get 3 times 12? Somebody give me that number? 36. What do I have to remember to tag along with that 36? That x. Okay, are there like terms there? So like terms, remember, are with the same variable and the same exponent. These are the same variable, but do they have the same exponent on them? No. So we're done. Those are not like terms. Okay, let's do a couple more. So let's see what you can do with this one. You guys can't see it. Oh, there you go. Okay, so 2 problems. The term that we're distributing there has an exponent in it. I mean, not an exponent, it has a variable in it. So you're going to end up with an exponent once you distribute it. Go ahead and do those two. It does help to draw those arrows in that I've been drawing in, because as we start to get to harder problems, that reminds us that we need to go to both terms. That's one example, one thing that I see a lot is students not taking that term out in front of the parentheses to both of the terms. Okay. What do you miss? Okay, sorry, open to that page. What are we working on? Like everything I write down, you should be writing down. Okay? When we're doing notes together, everything I write down, you guys should be writing down. Even if it's easy, even if you've got this. Okay, so we're going to distribute that 5x into the parenthesis. Let's see. Johnny. So when I distribute the 5x times the 2, what do I get? 10x. 10x, perfect. And then Adam, the 5x times the negative 6x.
30x squared.
30x squared. And is that going to be negative or positive?
Negative.
Negative, thank you. Okay, Jacob, look up here. Are there any like terms there to combine? No. So we are done, right? And we're good to keep it just like that. We don't have to change the order or anything. Okay. Let's look at the next one. We have distribution again. So let's see. Emmanuel. What do we get when we multiply negative 8x times 4x? Negative 32x squared. Okay. And then Nehemiah, when I multiply negative 8x times 8, what do I get? Positive or negative? Negative. Was it just 64 or did you say something else with it? With the x on it, right? Negative 64x. And Nyla, are there any like terms there that we can combine together? No, right? Because this is an x squared and this is an x. So there's no like terms. Let's do something like we talked a little bit about this last week when we have just like terms. So these problems, there's no distribution going on, right? There's no parentheses. All you're going to be doing is looking for like terms and then combining those. So if we look at example 5 here, let's say Travis. Are there like terms here? Which ones? The 3 and the negative 12. So and that's a positive 3. So we have positive 3 combined or added to a negative 12. Because we can change this to adding the opposite. So positive 3 and a negative 12. Everybody, what do we get? negative 9. And then 8x, there's nothing to combine with that, so that's going to just come down. Okay, our next example. Let's see. Let's go with Caden. Are there like terms here that we can combine? Any two variables the same? The 2x and the 4x both have the same variable, so we can combine those together. So we're just going to look at the numbers in front.
That's an X, not a Y.
That is an x. Was that the
Oh, that's
confusion?
what-
Okay. I'm sorry for that. Yeah. So we're going to combine those. It's going to be 6x minus 8. Okay, any questions then? Okay. So let's take this notes paper and we're going to put it in our notebook. We're going to add it to our assignment log. So today's date is 8/19. And I think we are on, at least I am on page 4. You don't have one of these? They're up front. You can go get it. They're, the box are on top and then the assignment logs are kind of left right underneath. Here's your assignment. Okay, so you guys can work on this. I'm going to let you work for a while before we start posting any answers, but I don't know if you're curious if you're getting them right. We'll wander around, you can ask us. Leslie and Genesis are here to help us again, so feel free to, I'll work with you, Liberty. Like any of us down?